justifying circumstances and circumstances which exempt from criminal liability. Article 11, justifying circumstances. The following do not incur any criminal liability. Number 1, anyone who acts is defense of his person or rights provided that the following circumstance concur. First, unlawful aggravation. Second, reasonable necessity of the means of employed to prevent and repel it. Third, lack of sufficient provocation on the part of the person defending himself. Number 2, anyone who acts is defense of the person or rights of his spouse as ascendants, descendants, or legitimate, natural or adopted brother or sister, or of his relatives by affinity in the same degrees, and those by the consanguinity with the fourth civil degree, provided that the first and second requisite prescribed in the next preceding circumstances are present, and the further requisite in the case are provocation has given by the person attacked that the one making defense had no part therein. Number 3, anyone who acts is defense of the person or rights rights of a stranger, provided that the first and second requisite mentioned in the first circumstance of this article are present, and that the person by the person defending be not induced or by revenge, resentment, or the other evil motive. Number 4, any person who, in order to avoid an evil or injury, does an act which causes damage to another, provided that the following requisites are present. First, that the evil sought to be avoided actually exists. Second, that the injury feared by greater than that the done to avoid it. Third, that there be no other practical and less harmful means preventing it. 5, any person who acts in fulfillment of a duty or an lawful exercise of a right or office. 6, any person who acts in obedience to be an order issued by a superior for some lawful purposes. Article 12, circumstance which exempt from criminal liability. The following are exempt from criminal liability. Number 1, the imbecile or an insane person, unless the latter has attached during a lucid interval when the imbecile or insane person has committed an act which the law define as a felony delicto. The court shall order has confinement in one of the hospitals of hospital or asylum. Establish the person to affectedly, which he shall not be permanented to live without first obtaining that the prison of the same court. Number 2, a person under 9 years age. And number 3, a person over 9 years of age and under 15, unless he has attached with discernment in which cause such minor shall be proceeded against in accordance with the provision of Article 80 uh, confirm conformity conformity with the provision of his and the preceding paragraph shall commit ay hindi mali conformity with the provision of his and the preceding paragraph shall committed of him to cost article of the codes. Number 3. A person over 9 years of age and other 15 unless he has act with discernment, in which case such minor shall be proceeding against accordance with provision of Article 80 of his code when such as minor is adjudged to be criminally responsible to the court in the custody of the family, who shall be charged with surveillance and education. Otherwise, he shall be committed to the care or some institution or person mentioned in said Article 80. Number 4. Any person who, while perform a lawful act with due care, cause an injury by mere accidents without fault or intent of causing it. Number 5. Any person who acts under the compulsion of resident force. Number 6. Any person who acts under the impulsion of an uncontrollable fear of an equal or greater injury. 7. Any person who fails to perform an act required by law when preventing of some lawful insuperable cost.